Welcome to Sidebar Sports.
The place for those sidebar conversations with mates.
A bit of sport.
A bit of culture.
And a bit of nonsense.
We're back, baby.
We're back, baby!
Woo!
Back like we never left.
2 months. 2 months flown by.
Hey,
Not
football
really.
isn't coming home, but Conor is.
We made just about made it through the Middle East. It's all kicking off.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe we're both not coming home.
I thought you'd be in a ship on the way. You'd call me. We did the next podcast would be from the Strait of Hormuz.
Yeah. Oh mate, I don't know if it's still too soon for the football not coming home. I don't know if I'm over it yet.
Well, we got a lot to cover in today's episode. We'll touch on football, big basketball news, LeBron to Philly. We just talk about LeBron forever. Back home, we'll do a little bit of NRL, touch on the AFL, some local football. I did not think our first Chelsea game together would be here in Sydney and against the Spurs. But that's on this weekend. Touch on the golf, and then there'll be another episode for Culturally Uncultured. But yeah, back to the football, the world game. Final thoughts?
I mean, football was the winner there, really, wasn't it? I think the whole world was pretty happy about that one, everyone but Argentina. The only thing I was going to thank the Argentinians for is that, obviously everyone's hating, but I'm going to thank them as an English fan because it's nice now that there's someone else that is way more hated than we were. It's like, just cue the Homelander meme of like, when he's looking around, we're like, all right.
Red and England jersey?
Yeah. Okay, all right, I can get behind this. But mate, I think that was until the last minute. I think that was the first time in history some team. Did they even get a shot on target until in the 90 minutes?
No, I think they did. I think
not until extra time. I thought it wasn't until extra time.
Maybe they didn't.
I don't think they got a shot on target in the whole game though.
It was a bit of a snore fest.
Yeah. It's just like Spain dominance. Like Rodri was just ridiculous. Yeah. That whole team, I think, deserved winner. That Spain team was really nice, well-rounded sides. Thank God Argentina didn't win that. I think even Messi was starting to annoy me by the end of it with like the little things that he was doing, like when he's trying to get Cucurella sent off for doing the mouth thing. They're like, mate, what are you doing? Don't be that guy.
It's like, I was thinking, look, it is what it is at this point. But obviously, so many players now don't necessarily play for their country of birth, right? It's their ancestry, their mums or their mum's mum or their mum's mum's mum. And I was thinking, does Messi, if he came into power now, right? If he was born in this day and age, he wouldn't even be playing for Argentina. He went to Spain so young, he'd probably just play for Spain.
Young, and then he have Italian heritage.
Yeah, but he came from an era where I think it was players tended to play more from where they were born or whatever. And he obviously went to Spain so young, he'd probably play for Spain.
I mean the Spanish did. There was that whole thing of when he was coming through Spain, tried to get him early, recruit him early, and get him on board when he was at Barcelona.
No, look, I don't think. I mean,
how much does Spain win if he plays for Spain? How many more tournaments do they dominate?
Even more. Like that, I mean, you go back
between that window, that 2010 team to now, they'd probably pick up another Euros and another World Cup in that period, one of the two at least.
I reckon they get a third World Cup in that time.
Just someone that sustains them across the Xavi Iniesta period.
Little dip that they had. You still have Messi. Unbelievable.
And how well he suits that style of football as well. Just the years he had it at Barcelona and how that just a little tiki taka.
Playing with the Spanish team.
Yeah, exactly. Just the core of that Barcelona side. God,
I don't want to say I called it, but I called it. I said Spain to win. I said whoever's in goal. Because remember, in the top five, shortest odds, 2 of them were the Spanish goalkeepers. Which I thought was wild. Because only one of them is going to play. Because up into the tournament, he still didn't know.
That's one of the most ridiculous Golden Gloves of. I think even he admitted he was like, I didn't really have to do anything that whole tournament. No. I think 1 goal conceded is just fucking insane.
That's insane. Think about the Spain, obviously they keep the ball and they can get it back and whatever. But 1 goal is just insane. Yeah, it was. I mean, look, it was a bit of a snore fest. The better game, I think that was the third, fourth place game. Goal fest.
Mate.
Did you watch that?
I kept looking at it, being like, all right, I'm not really too bothered by this. And then I kept tuning in and walking past pubs. I was like, 1-0, 2-0, 3-0, 4-0.
My favourite thing was telling the non-football fan, who kind of fallen out by it. at that stage at the end of it. They got around maybe Australia and it.
Yeah.
I kept telling people it was England, France in the final.
Mate, 100%. You're telling my kids, telling my kids this is the World Cup final. Mate, one of the best games of like all something. It was unreal. They both just started going for it because the French clearly didn't care, and then they're like, all right, we don't even want to get spanked too much, and they turned it on, and then it was just like this absolute slugfest. People just throwing haymakers just constantly. It was so good. But I think that was as well that Spain-Argentina final. I think that would have been the first final both teams spoke the same language. You'd say probably since Argentina versus West Germany.
Good bit from Conor.
Good bit, yeah.
Yeah, good bit. Good to have you back. Good to have you back and see you, mate.
We're here. Jet lag's not hit me just yet, baby. But yeah, I mean, great World Cup. I mean, obviously, despite all the politics and everything going on, Infantino beat. I like at least one thing about this. He's fully certified cunt now, and everyone's realised it.
Yeah, well, I mean, the big news now is trying to sell it or sell part of it.
Oh, mate, yeah, and everyone's protesting it. Yeah,
we're recording this Friday morning, the 31st of July.
All last night.
UEFA are out. Yeah.
UEFA, CONCACAF. Yeah, they've all agreed they're going to they'll boycott it. Yeah, UEFA's 55 nations, and then CONCACAF is like I can't remember how many, but. Yeah. I mean, that's North America as well, which includes North America as well, which is just insane.
And he was trying to sell it to that investment group, which is Trump's
Kisner. Yeah, he's the son-in-law, Josh Kisner, whatever it's called. Josh Kushner, that's it.
Yeah.
But I mean, just ridiculous. And I think hopefully, FIFA have been corrupt for years, and I think the thing with Infantino is just he's genuinely shameless about it.
Well, I know
he just doesn't care, does he?
Yeah,
he knows that like regardless, and until this point, obviously with the boycotting, but. I mean, he just knows, and he's just so shameless about it.
Did you see? I saw it on I keep getting stick to football, and the rest is football confused because all the podcasts stick to sidebar. The rest is sidebar. It was Gary Lineker who said he must be some contract or something where in the first 15 to 20 minutes, Infantino must be shown on the broadcast. Did you see that?
Yes, yeah.
And then once he said that, every game he will be shown
on the broadcast. Yeah.
Like what kind of megalomaniac goes? You must show me. Like
every single time, yeah.
I don't care if you went to it once and it's like, all right, this is the go ahead's the thing. But every game?
Didn't someone work out that he was at the start of one game as well for the anthems and he was shown on TV and then he was in the second half, he was somewhere else, like multiple time zones away.
Yeah, multiple times he went to games between Canada, America, Mexico,
and you were there like, how do you travel that quickly? How did you and you literally just time traveled. Like everyone's there like they can't figure it out. He was like at somewhere 10 minutes in, and then by the second half of another game that kicked off, he was there like that was like that's like well over an hour flight.
My favourite conspiracy theory for that was it was pre-recorded. So he'd gone to the stadium earlier, recorded a bit with some people around him. All right, cut. They're all extras. They move away, and he's actually at the other games. Because he's so ego, he has to be at every game, but he can't in the time frame. Or it's a time turner. He's a mighty Granger. Spinning around. Anything else?
But no, I mean obviously the World Cup bit is just like the selling it off is mad. I mean obviously UEFA are now coming to save the day twice after the Super League stuff, and Serafin just looks like a proper knight in shining armour now. And I know they're not great, and they basically, despite the Super League stuff, they ended up kind of creating a bit of a Super League thing anyway, funnily enough. But, I mean, I just really hope this is time. People are really just going to see it. Let's cut the shit. Let's get rid of them. Let's really just, root out all the corruptness within that organisation.
Well, I mean, FIFA's been, corrupt forever. I think Sepp Blatter was saying, we got to investigate them for corruption.
Yeah.
It's like pot kettle.
Oh man! The thing as well, of how well he's constructed. Obviously, with the next World Cup, they've got things like there's a whole thing of you have to obviously rotate the continents that they're from, and by putting that ceremonial thing of doing it in South America with those 3 games at the start of the next World Cup, and then in Europe and Africa and Uruguay, they're basically cranking out 3 continents straight away with that, and it's just like, all right, sweet, let's go to. We can go straight back to the Middle East after that, and then just get all the cash back in. Yeah. And that's obviously with the stuff with Saudi, and that's the way they've gotten around it. So I don't know. Hopefully, it's a bit of an institutional change, but fucking hell.
Like I said, was it one of the podcasts before? I'm like, it's not people say it's controversial. It's in America, the relationship with Trump, whatever. I'm like, well, the 2 before that were Qatar and Russia, and they've never done anything questionable.
No, never. Mate, they look unbelievable now off the back of this.
Qatar's like, hey, I mean, we killed a few workers.
But mate, I think obviously gutted to see Gutted to see, obviously, with us not winning it. But I saw something. I literally just saw it on TalkSport recently. Despite even with winning it, all the winners, and I didn't realise this with basically a lot of people that won World Cup medals, and then he put country that as inheritance tax. I saw this on TalkSport. There was a Jack Charlton's son called in, was saying he's the only person I think from the World Cup, the England's World Cup winning team, that still has his medal in the family because of the inheritance tax on it. Apparently, he's getting inherited. He's on his grandfather's will, or his dad's will, whatever it is. And apparently, there's a 200 grand inheritance tax on the World Cup medal.
What?
So apparently, they've all had to sell it. Yeah.
That's
So apparently, none of the team. They've got the shirts, but the World Cup medals themselves. Apparently, all the families had to sell them.
You didn't return to Sydney because you missed me. You returned to Sydney to avoid some
With
sort of inheritance tax.
Yeah. Not that I'm
Your
heritage.
mum's like, Conor, where are you going? Mum, no! Don't let me have anything. But we'll move on.
Yeah.
Probably one of the biggest stories is LeBron to Philly.
Huge.
You know, it's one of those things as well that, you know, the non-basketball fan knows who LeBron James is. It's
Yeah.
obviously that famous. So yeah, him, you know, going to Philly is big news for non-basketball fans. I definitely didn't see him going to Philly. I thought it would be more like not adding another team, like necessarily. Like I thought it was going to be the Heat or the Cavs. You know, go back home to the Cavs. You know, I think they're both good teams. Or go to South Beach, live in Miami. You're obviously then just going back to a team. You're not adding. So I didn't see it.
It was confusing because it's like, would he never want to live in Philly? But I think the thing he's going to probably do is he'll have a place in New York and then he'll live in New York and then he'll probably have like a suite or some like apartment or something in Philly if he really needs to stay the night.
Well, apparently, other like Philly, like you're going to earn a lot, obviously, and you know, like you can helicopter in and out. But other players that have played for the 76ers and the Eagles have lived in New York. Like it's not a new
really,
thing.
What is it? Like an hour and a half, 2 hours?
Yeah. I mean, if you got a helicopter, it's just.
And it's LeBron James as well. He probably doesn't need to be there like all the time. I was saying this, so it's.
I think that's, to be fair, is a key part. I don't think like living in New York is a huge aspect of it.
Yes.
Like his brand building post retirement, like it's another one of those big cities.
And probably like when you do think about it, obviously it was unexpected. It was a big like whoa moment, but. You look at it now and it makes complete basketball sense. And if he can actually do it and win a championship at Philly, it'd be the first time, I think, what was it? I had it down here, in 43 years since I lost championship.
Yeah,
since 83.
Well, my question to you was, will LeBron James become the first player to win a championship with 4 different teams?
Yes, this will be 4, isn't it? So there's a few that have done 3. Steve Kerr's, I think, got 3.
Steve,
yeah.
But no one in the history has done it with 4 different franchises. Can he do it? So basically, I'm asking you Philly versus the field.
You add him into this, and it does make sense. So you look at it. You got Edgecombe, Maxey, Brown, could all play 70 games. You throw in Embiid. I was saying, so might like making the connection from obviously Chelsea Spurs this weekend, the football and everything. Embiid with those 3 guys, they can basically. I mean, you saw Jaylen Brown do it with the Celtics last year of getting over 50 wins. Basically, him just carrying them.
Yeah,
he could do that. And Embiid and LeBron can literally just do what Ledley King did at Spurs towards the end and just play home games.
Yeah.
That literally then we're like, no, we don't care about travel. I'll just play where I want, when we want, against the away matches we want, where it's nice, and we'll just play all the home games and we'll chill here.
I saw someone actually mention that online. I just Conor or someone? Or say that like he could just play home games, rest him. You know, really, you just want to get right for the finals.
And that core of that team are all young enough, healthy enough to carry the team to like 50 plus wins.
Yeah, I mean that starting 5, if it starts, is probably the best one on paper. I mean, the big thing is, and I've seen this online, is if Joel Embiid is healthy. But I saw like in the list of like things that LeBron was talking, it's like Joel's told LeBron he's healthy and he's good to go.
He's every year.
What's he going to say? LeBron, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
Knees not good. Yeah, I'm not going to play much at all. Of course he's going to say he's fine. Like I'm like, that's not breaking news.
That'd be
player lies.
Yeah.
But I mean, look, I think you're probably more worried about him or resting him to get him for the finals than necessarily LeBron. LeBron's now.
But if you could, what?
How old is LeBron now?
43, 44?
42, 43? Yeah.
43? So he's in his well into his 40s now. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, like, if he did it as well, like what he could do for the play, like obviously you see it with Philadelphia, and you're obviously an Eagles guy as well, but if you could win something with that fan base, how beloved you would become. Like he would get a statue, they would throw everything at it.
Yeah.
What is he at?
Yeah, 41. 41, yeah, because he's on a 2-year minimum, so it'd be 43, 44 by the time he finished. Look, I think it's the best basketball fit for him in all those sort of teams that were mentioned.
Yeah.
I think there's some things. Yeah, so Rich Paul allegedly talked to 27 teams before narrowing it down to the publicised final 6, which was Sixers, Cavs, Heats, Warriors and Wolves.
Yeah.
The Clippers discussed a 1-year deal worth north of $20 million. So they were the team willing to pay him the most. Try and keep him in LA.
Across LA, yeah.
Yeah. Celtics also expressed interest. I saw the Celtics actually expressed interest in Steph Curry as well. And I know you saw Rich Paul talking about it. He said that if LeBron was going to play with Steph, it was going to be for another team.
Really?
Yeah, so LeBron didn't want to go to Golden State and, like, it's Steph's team, the history of it. He didn't want to play there under that
He was
shadow.
proposing doing it on another side.
Yeah, because you look at, like, what Kevin Durant did. He went to Golden State, dominated, and they went, it's still Steph's team.
You would have thought he'd have been big enough to be over that by now, though.
Oh, mate,
He just wants a championship. He's taking pay cuts. He's like, I just want to get another ring.
Well, I mean, again, this is all...
You think they're
taken
mature
with
enough and old enough to be past that, but yeah.
Men never mature.
Yeah. Girls grow up to become women, and little boys just grow up to become big boys.
I want to read you some of these. These are I've done some Googling. These are my LeBron James' old facts. Okay?
Yeah.
140 plus active players are born after his NBA debut. So 140 active players right now.
Do you know what percentage that is of the league? That'd be high percentage.
Yeah.
That'd be well over 50.
Percentage. He's played against less than 37% of all players in NBA history.
That's fucking
Just under 37% of all players in NBA history. He has outlasted every player from 2003, his draft, to 2006 so far.
Oh my God.
So he's playing longer than 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006 so far. He has spent more than half his life as an all-NBA player. The oldest opponent was born in 1962. That was Kevin Willis. The youngest opponent he's faced was born in 2006, Cooper Flagg.
Fucking ridiculous.
He's played with players from 1962 to 2006. He's played against 1,857 different opponents. He's played with 250 different teammates. He's played against 12 father-son combinations. He's played against 12 dads and their sons. He is older than 6 active head coaches, and he's played against 5 active head coaches.
Oh my God, the Cooper Flagg Kevin Willis one, that 62 to 2006 is fucking insane.
Like, I mean, yeah, there's plenty of them, but they're the ones.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Jesus, that 37% played against 37% of all NBA players in history.
It's like 36.8 or so, just under 37% of players in history.
All in the NBA, all players in NBA history. That is absurd. Oh my God. And if he does this would be what? The best thing the 76ers have done since the movie Hustle? That'd be the best thing in their history.
Fly, Eagles, fly, score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3.
Oh my God, that is absurd. But I think, like when you think about it, I mean, basketball sense-wise, it makes the most sense. I mean, they would never have gone to the Celtics. He hates the Celtics, doesn't he? Like, because it's obviously racist as fuck organisation in the history.
Yeah, and he had some like really good battles with them, especially in that heat. There was that one game.
Yeah,
I remember watching a bar. I was living in America, and I was like, "This is probably one of the best."
Going doing that whole
comeback.
That whole LA Celtics thing would be, you can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's great. I think it's like, I mean, obviously I'm a big Philly fan. I'm actually a Lakers fan. That's because like my first game I sort of watched was LA. You flying from Sydney to LA. I went there. I got swept up in it, and you're like, wow, this is so cool. But I mean, I love Philadelphia. It's, the city of brotherly love. Me and my Conor. Got to take my brother over there and do some shows from Philly, but
now you got LeBron's gone, so now you got what do they call now, the Snowtime Lakers, the all white lineup.
It's so funny.
And he's gone to Philly against the Philly, which is the all black line.
Yeah. It's the battle of segregation.
This is what they're proposing, wasn't it? For I can't remember. Was it Nick Wright proposed this? It was how do you fix the NBA All-Star games?
Yeah,
you're not gonna like it.
Yeah.
But black guys versus white guys.
You want people to play hard?
Yeah. You make it a race war. That will people playing hard for that.
was that award that in the NBA? It's the most improved, or it was like sneaky athletic. There was some I don't know. It was like not most improved. It was like sneaky athletic or something, and it was like it's always like it went to a white guy. It's just because you looked at a white guy and thought they can't do much.
They can't. Sneaky.
He's like
God, yeah, but I mean, we would have obviously loved to have seen the Warriors, but I don't think they would have done it. I think they would have been too old. I don't like. Obviously, you see when LeBron plays with Steph, how ridiculous they are together. But to do that against so many good young teams, sustain that over multiple like playoff games.
I think the proof's in the pudding. It would have been cool maybe to see Steph and Draymond on that, and throwing a Kevin Durant or something if they could. But I think LeBron's always made the decision that is best basketball. I mean, you can argue that if you want, but I don't think people necessarily thought he was going to the Heat. Obviously, it ended up Bosch and Wade as well, but he won there. I don't think people necessarily thought he'd go to the Lakers. Oh, that's at the end. I think everyone did, but it wasn't like when he got to Cleveland, it wasn't like, oh, yeah, he'll be the Lakers soon. And he won there. Your thoughts on the NBA bubble championship aside. But I think this is the best basketball fit and the best chance for him to win a ring. And like I said, become the first person in NBA history to win 4 titles, 4 different teams. He'll never have the finals resume of a Jordan, because obviously that's what it's up against, right?
Yeah.
But I still,
God, the Wolves would have been cool. I know we would have gone to a cold city place, but I think as Minneapolis, St. Paul they've got they're the only like major sports city. They've got for all 4 major sports teams. They've got the least championships. I think they've only got like 2, haven't they?
Yeah,
something insane. Look, that would have been pretty cool if you'd would have cracked that.
No offense, he wasn't going there.
No.
I know he was in the final 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
LeBron's not going to live there.
Yeah,
and he's not living in Philly either. He's living in New York.
Yeah.
I think what was the thing? Remember, and I think it was true. Rich Paul was like, this wasn't even a conversation. Like, LeBron was going to the Knicks.
Really?
Like, yeah, he said on the podcast that he does with
was it Max Kellerman?
Yeah, Max Kellerman. Yeah, he's like, it was sorted. Wanted to live in New York, which he's now doing with the 76ers.
Yeah.
But when they won the championship, LeBron said to Rich, no, like cross them off.
Really? No, they've done it.
So he's like, it was done. He's like, LeBron would live in New York City.
That would have been insane if he'd timed that.
Bring a championship to this city. He's long for one. But yeah, they won without him. So he said, no, they're done. But yeah, he was apparently 100% going to the Knicks.
Did you see that thing on their podcast recently, on the Rich Paul, Max Kellerman one? They had Shams on, and he was talking about kind of breaking stuff and how he gets the stories and all of the sources he has. And he was there he basically was chatting to Rich Paul. He was like, I know something that I bet you didn't even know anybody knew about. Apparently, that he basically was saying when LeBron was chatting to Cleveland, he was talking about there was a meeting that happened with the Cleveland ownership with LeBron in Akron. And he was there I know exactly what happened and was discussed in that room. Yeah. And he was there Rich Paul was looking at him and how in the fuck? He was like, I just didn't report on it because it was the people didn't want it, and obviously it's ethical journalism. But he was basically on this podcast. He was there I knew about that meeting
for this
move. Yeah, when he was in Akron, because he was there everyone was there oh, he's going to go to Cleveland. That was the word on the street, and he was there I knew about that meeting before it happened with him flying in. Apparently, it was so secretive, so tightened up, and they were I knew about that happened. Yeah. I was there and Rich Paul was there properly shocked. It was someone just read his mind. He was there told him his future.
Is this your card?
Yeah. And he was just wait, what? And he was there I'm not going to reveal my sources, but yeah.
Because he was the only team he met with was the Cavs. They're the only team that allowed a face-to-face meeting.
Yeah.
Everyone else was text.
Text, yeah. Sliding to DMs.
Right, we'll move back home now.
Yeah, what's been going on, man? Talk to me about it. Bit of NRL, bit of AFL.
Yeah, look, I mean, there was definitely, I think, a quiet period with the World Cup and sort of some stuff on. I think, the diehards were there, but I think now people's attention are back. It's good to like lean into it and lean into the footy and the sort of run home into the finals. The big news in the NRL is just the Tigers are fucked. West Tigers are fucked, always have been fucked, and probably always will be. Jerome Luai, he signed with the PNG Chiefs.
Yeah.
He still had another year to go at the end of next year with the Tigers.
Exactly.
They said it was all good. Then it came out and went, nah, he's gone at the end of this year.
Yeah.
So then he went signed with Parramatta next year. Adam Dewey, he wants to play in the halves. Obviously, they don't have Jerome Luai long term now.
Yeah.
So he's like, yep. And then Benji picks him, says he'll play you at lock. So Adam Dewey goes, I'm not going to play then. Refuses to play. They get smashed by Canberra. Then he gets brought back in. They say it's all kumbaya. He's now starting for halfback this week. It's just an absolute
fucking wheels are fully coming off. Is this a reflection? This isn't Benji though. This is he's doing everything.
I don't know. Some people are off him. It's just
in terms of his management of the players, or
there's all these. I don't want to talk about it because I see all these podcast clips of people talking about players vaping in the gym. That's like a big. It's like they're vaping while they're working out.
Really?
Yeah. Again, I don't know where this has come from. There's no proof of it. There's nothing. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know if someone just said it as a joke and then it's just infiltrated
Yeah,
the media.
wildfire.
And it's a great story to run with and talk about. But it's just a shambles. I just think the West Tigers are a bit of a shambles.
Yeah.
But what I've done is to sort of bring us up to speed is I've sort of broken up the NRL table before we get to Pommy's picks, which we'll do with Con.
We're back.
Is just talk about I've eliminated some teams that got some. Now the thing about this is, and you know this with any sport, mathematically some teams have a chance because like other teams all have to lose and then you have to win.
Yeah.
So I've sort of thrown that all out the window. I've just broken it up into how many games. There's 6 games left in the NRL season. How many do your team need to win to make the finals?
Got it.
So,
I like this. Yeah.
I'm going to get rid of the bottom dwellers. So these are the teams that can't make it. So St George, dead.
Yeah.
Tigers, dead. Eels, dead. My Broncos, dead. And Gold Coast Tigers.
That is wild. After winning it, what? Sorry, can you just tell me, like, explain to me what's happened since I've been gone?
Oh, I just think, like, I mean, people like are laughing about it because, you know, Broncos fans are quite obnoxious. Hello. But, like, just too many injuries. No one was on the paddock at the same time. Pat Haas was out. Pat Carrigan was out. Reece Walsh was out. Adam Reynolds was out. It's Ben Hunt in the halves. Ben Hunt's out of the halves. We've got 10 different hookers. Ezra Mann's playing. He's not playing. He's on the bench. Like, it's just... Especially when you spine, you're 1, 6, 7, 9.
10 excuses?
Yeah.
Cool. Right, just checking. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you don't play. I mean, even Melbourne. I mean, we'll get to them in a sec, but I mean, they're not playing without Harry Grant, with Cam Munster. You can't win without your 1, 6, 7, 9. You need your spine in there. You need them week in, week out. But don't talk to me because Penrith are sitting at the top of the table. I don't think they have. I think they've rested or sat Blaze Talagi this week, and Dylan Edwards isn't playing. So different excuse for the Broncos.
We're different.
Anyway, they're all dead. I'm going to say the teams that have made it.
Yeah.
So as I said, the Panthers are already locked in. They need to win 0 of their last 6. So they could lose all 6 games and they'd still make it.
They still make it, nice.
Same with the Roosters. They put on 80 points last night.
I know. What's the highest number of points scored?
I think there's a 90. I think it's the 3rd highest ever points scored.
Yeah, I was going to say, where does that rank?
But the first and second, it's the 3rd highest points scored since like 1935. Jesus. So I think there's like...
Who were they against again? What was playing? It was Roosters. Yeah, Roosters v
Cowboys.
Cowboys. Yeah.
That's
now the Matadors now.
Yes.
Let them through.
You know that
Yeah. Oddly.
You know that's too many slices. It's too many points. It's just too many points. It's just too much.
Yes.
I can't.
It was overstimulating.
It was overstimulating.
Call me old and boring, but that's too many points.
Yeah, I want to get back to a tight arm wrestle.
Yeah.
When it was like 42 points at half time, I was like...
This was like me in the Boxing Day test when there's 20 wickets in a day, and I was like, I'm old and boring now. That's too much. There's too many wickets for me.
Yeah, I want 5 days of cricket.
Yeah.
I want 20 points scored in an NRL game, not 80. This is an NBA score.
Yeah.
I was exhausted. I'm like, I couldn't even I like to sit on the couch, you know, like Thursday night, scroll on my phone, you know. No, I had to constantly be looking at the television. What's fucking next?
You introducing hydration breaks as well?
The Cowboys,
Infantino's getting involved in the NRL.
Cowboys could have used some hydration breaks last night.
Didn't the guy who's running the NRL, hasn't he left recently?
He's Tennis Australia.
Right, Infantino's coming in.
Yeah. Panthers, Roosters are in, New Zealand Warriors are in, Cronulla Sharks are in, the Dolphins. So they're all basically guaranteed. So that leaves Rabbitohs, Knights, Cowboys, Bulldogs, Sea Eagles, Raiders, Storm. Storm, they need to win every one of their games. So they're probably dead as well, to be honest. Canberra Raiders need to win 4 or 5. It can be done. Manly are the same. They need to win 4 or 5. Bulldogs need to win 4 or 6. But yeah, you probably then you're really looking at your North Queensland Cowboys, your Knights and your Rabbits. So that's kind of where things are shaping up at the moment. So I think that would be...
Nice little tight run in that. I like that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That'll be my top 8.
Yeah.
So the Panthers, Roosters, Warriors, Sharks, Dolphins, Rabbitohs, Knights, Cowboys. That'll be my top 8.
Yeah.
Which mathematically makes some
nice
sense.
Little bit of drama running into the end of the season though. Still a bit to play.
Yeah, there's still a bit to play for. I mean, like I said, teams can. You could go on a run, and you could also do the opposite. You could drop a bunch. I'll go through now. It's back, guys, ladies and gentlemen. Pommy's picks.
We are back.
The Pommy's picks. All right. So I mean, you're going to tip Roosters last night. He would have tipped Roosters.
I'd have taken Roosters. Always my Roosters.
Dragons, Dolphins.
We'll go Dolphins.
Yeah, fins up. Storm, Bulldogs.
I would take. We'll take Storm for this one.
Okay, just said no Harry Grant and Cam Munster.
I'll take Storm at home. I think they're going to have a little push. I think they'll crumble later.
Titans Warriors.
We'll take. Oh no, we'll take the. Sorry, we'll take the Warriors. Yeah,
Panthers Raiders. This isn't Mudgy. It's a little away game for both teams.
It's Mudgy.
Yeah, they do a little Mudgy. They did a Mudgy trip last year, and I think it was a great game. I think Canberra won on the Hooter.
Interesting. So I will take. I'll take the Panthers.
Okay. Broncos Knights.
Knights.
Sharks Rabbits.
Bunnies.
Ooh,
yeah, Tigers win.
Tigers Eels. 16th plays 15th. Who cares?
This is good. I bet you this will be the one that fucking ruins it all as well.
Yeah.
Give me Tigers.
Okay.
Yeah.
There we go.
All right.
And Manly on
that'd be the one that cripples me as well, I bet.
Yeah. I mean,
Pommy's picks. There it is. We're back in it. Back into it.
Over the AFL. I mean, Fremantle are a juggernaut, top of the table. Who's really, really
but
good.
But our Swans, mate, we're still
there.
along.
Second, so yeah, Fremantle on 68 points, Swannies on 56.
Been a little bit more up and down, haven't we, last few weeks? So
yeah, I mean, Swannies have gone loss, win. So yeah, be interested to see this weekend because they do play Port Adelaide, who are 15th, so should get the win there.
And then, so explain. So this is what? There's 2 games left. 1 game left. 2 games left.
No, 3 games.
3 games left.
Yeah.
So explain to me with the playoff system in the AFL and the fans that don't really know this that listen in. So top automatically goes through to the semi or quarter?
Yeah.
Top 2, or is it top 2?
Let me bring it up because they do it.
They've expanded it recently, haven't they? As well with like there's like it's sort of like the NBA with like a play-in sort of.
Yeah, sort of like so biggest final shake-up in 25 years as the wild card round, just stealing straight from the NBA. So the AFL final series of this. So from 2026 onwards, now we are the top 6 in the ladder of the end of the home and away season will move straight to the finals. So 6 are through. Mm-hmm. While the teams finishing 7th to 10th will play off for the last 2 spots in September. So it used to be a top 8, and so now, much like the NBA, there's a little playoff system there. So 7 plays 10, 8 play 9, and that'll find the extra week of the series. And the teams that will finish in the top 6, they have a week off. So at the moment, the top 6 are Fremantle, Swans, Hawthorn, Lions, Cats, Crows. But then there's a bunch of teams on 48 because then it goes Melbourne, Bulldogs, Collingwood, St Kilda, who are just in that playoff spot. But from the Cats and the Cradle and the Silver Spoon all the way down to the Western Bulldogs, they're all on 48. So there can be a lot of movement around whether you're making it because that's on right now. This percentage sort of keeping them in, which is exciting. And the other thing I want to mention in the land of AFL in a first, which I'm really excited about, and I'm actually filthy I'm not going. Is the girls. Australia are playing Ireland at North Sydney Oval tomorrow as we record this. It's going to be a cracking game. I believe it's sold out.
Unreal.
Yeah, it's 4:15. It's on Fox Footy, KS Sports, Binge, everything. So it's going to be great. There's a lot of great Irish girls.
A lot of them come over here, don't they, and play in the AFL.
A lot of them play in the AFL. There's a lot of blokes that play, but there's even more women that play. And it'll be great. And North Sydney Oval is one of my favourite ovals. It's a cracking spot. Good there in the sun. It's wide open. There's not a lot of trees covering you. The stand's good. So, if obviously, as I said, I think it's sold out. There might be some tickets at the gate, but another great little watch if you can.
Don't say there's much, but fucking come on, Ireland.
Oh, you plastic Paddy! I went to the Wallabies Island game where you're overseas, and you were right. There were plenty of Englishmen that I know that were supporting the Irish. Mate, I was like, it's insane, my second dad's cousins.
Yeah. Oh, mate, they're ridiculous, aren't they?
I was like, what the fuck?
The plastics, mate, they're everywhere. You've got to watch out for them.
I've seen them in England jerseys, and I'm like, to be fair, they didn't have Ireland jerseys, but they might have a scarf or a hat or something. Yeah. And they're like,
I've got so many mates that do that. When it comes to football, they'll support England, but everything else, they'll support Ireland. So it's like, why do I want to support Ireland in football? Like, they're rubbish. I was like, mate, you got to stay true to whoever you're supporting. But mate, go on the AFL. Like, got Sydney. My Sydney team in second, and then the Dolan family's very own, Fremantle Dockers. John Jerry Dolan's very own, at the top of the league.
Yeah.
Here we are. He'll be proud, mate. He'll be proud.
Good. If the Swans make it, we'll definitely have to head down to the granny.
Oh,
the
yeah, it will
AFL
be
Grand
there.
Finals. It's one of the great sporting events.
I've still not done a AFL match as well at the G, and everyone said it's a whole new experience.
Oh yeah,
Like
Grand Finals like next level.
Grand final, but just seeing like an AFL match said generally like with like a Collingwood, Carlton sort of thing. Like apparently just going down to the G generally to watch the AFL is just different gravy.
Oh yeah, different to the SCG.
Yeah.
And look, fair play to the Swans. I think they know that and they've lent into that. Like it is rugby league, and the Swans now is such a day of drinking, going out, with friends, kids, like whatever it is. And I think they lean into that. Whereas
Different
necessarily
vibes, yeah.
Melbourne is more like a religion. You're not talking to the person next to you. You're completely locked in.
Yeah.
But interesting to see there. And look, we are talking things that are happening at home, which is the NRL and the AFL, and also more home football. Chelsea Spurs. Core Stadium in Sydney this weekend.
Mate, I can't believe we get to do Chelsea Spurs in Sydney.
I know,
our first game. It's quite a tasty little Chelsea team, and obviously with everyone's being left behind as well. Palmer's there. Yao Pedro's going to be playing. It's going to be great. It's great.
He came on the other night against Western Sydney and scored 3 goals in 18 minutes. Whatever it was.
This is like really the difference when you see like the Premier League versus A League.
But I was saying to Yao Pedro as well. I don't know if you saw. He was like talking to the Western Sydney defenders. Like after he was scoring goals and stuff, he was like, "You want to come in here, like get me on this shoulder, like."
Really?
Yeah, which I thought was
That's actually quite nice.
Yeah, like even there was like I think they conceded from a header. I don't know if it was Yao Pedro or someone, but then he was talking about where they should be marking and like he was like, and you could see they were genuinely stoked. They were like, "Oh, cool! Like I'm getting like
Yeah, Pedro. No, don't pick it up. Don't pick it up.
So yeah, I thought that was I think I think the Spurs obviously what happened last season. I think they'll want to put one over Chelsea Saturday night. And like the fact I didn't think like when this happened I was like there was no I didn't think there was a world where Cole Palmer was going to be here. But he is because
we're getting real treat, aren't we? Young Chelsea team. Xabi Alonso's here. The saviour is here.
You see like Xabi Alonso like pinging those passes at training.
He's still got it. Everyone's talking about it. Of like
our best passer is our manager.
He can still strap on the boots.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's anything behind that of like if you really needed to, if like people are falling to the waysides, could your manager actually be allowed to go in? I don't know what the laws are in football, but can they be there if you really need to?
Well, there was like you remember like Liverpool were flying. I think Stevie G was coaching in Ireland. Where was he? He was maybe in Rangers or something.
Harry Redknapp had that story when he got like a guy. He said a guy was giving him a load of chip in the ear, and he was like, "Well, you come on. Why don't you come on and play? Whatever." Apparently, the guy did it. Was actually pretty good. And he was he's probably one of our best players on the day.
Fuck, get back in the
Get back. I can't remember what the story was and where he was managing, but he tells the story and it's brilliant. But yeah, I feel like we're kind of back to looking like a bit of a normal and proper football club again. Bringing some adults as well. Obviously, they're not here, but just signed Henderson, just signed Welbeck.
One arm Henderson.
One arm. Yeah, and then Barry Welbeck, 35-year-old Welbeck. Yeah. But I saw this stat on SofaScore actually that was looking at these signings and how much we actually needed this experience. Palmer was the only player in the team to have won the Premier League, and in terms of appearances, how much experience they bring. So Pedro Neto had the most Premier League appearances for us with 180. Welbeck
180. Shout out to Luke Littler just winning every. Just quickly on that. Oh no, you go first.
Yeah. With and then Welbeck is going to now be the second most appearances, 400, and then Henderson 463, Neto 180, Sanchez 170, Reece James 156, and it just kind of that list goes on. No one's broken that 200 mark. So
Reece James 156 out of 356.
Yeah.
Sorry, Reece, we love you, but
you've been around, but how are you only on 156 appearances, mate? That is mad, but. Yeah, great experience coming in, which is good to see. I like those signings. I quite like them. Like, great. They're going to be unbelievable cup players, give the vibes, changing room. Yeah, do exactly what you need. Some actual adults.
Yeah, I completely agree. I think, like, good teams have experienced players. And you can, look at that England team, how they all spoke so well about Jordan Henderson. It's okay to have those players that necessarily probably aren't going to play, but they give you experience. I just talked about João Pedro, like, talking through those defenders. Like, Danny Welbeck, what are your thoughts on him as a player? Currently irrelevant. He has played a lot of games for a lot of clubs and big matches, and he can pass on a little bit of that experience. Yeah. And if they're good trainers as well, that's a big thing. Setting standards.
He's like one of the top goal scorers in the Premier League still. Like, like for Brighton last year, he was unbelievable. Yeah. 35, still going so well. Last year, Henderson kind of was a part of that Brentford team that kind of dragged him into the top half of the table still. they were like unbelievable sides. So I think they're great signings. It was like a proper, free signing as well in the end, Henderson, which is great. So exactly what we need. I think it's looking like a proper football club slowly but surely again. Lequoir's come in. I'm getting excited. I'm excited about this season. We've got some size as well on the team. But Henderson's thing as well. When I went to the World Cup Qatar 2022, when England played against Wales, I think it was in the quarterfinal. The last 16. You don't really appreciate it, but how like his presence. I can imagine what it's like in the changing room, but on the pitch as well. How loud Henderson is. Football stadium is obviously one of the most notoriously loudest places. You could hear him above the crowd, shouting, dictating the whole game and the whole play, like just dishing, like getting everybody around, geeing everyone up. He really brings that intensity. And you're there, like I was watching. I was there, like fuck me. You can actually hear him over the whole crowd chanting, and that's how loud and vocal he is. So I think it's exactly what we need—a bit of dog, and then obviously you need to balance out Endo Fernandez's cant. So
just play like you did in the World Cup.
Yeah,
good.
It's fucking.
It wasn't on the rundown, but just quickly on Luke Littler. Do you see what Netflix are doing?
No, what's that?
So obviously, if you're not around darts, Luke Littler's won everything so far. Any darts competition this year, he's won. What is he like?
He's a full-on juggernaut now. He's starting to feel the power fully now, hasn't he?
Just every like the big comps he's won. There's still a bunch to go. Netflix are doing. You can play Luke Littler darts. Yeah, so they're going to do a live stream event where a regular punter plays darts, because like they found all these comments online, like having a go at his looks and appearances, and I think all darts players, I get drunk at the pub and have a go at darts.
Yeah.
So you can go on like it's online, there's a website, you can fill it out, like your darts experience, who you are, where you like the pub you drink at, and all this stuff, and they're going to pick one random person in the UK, fly into a pub and do a live stream event where they play darts against local.
They should one up that. They should do the old like fancy dress thing, and he should go around hustling, I reckon.
Oh yeah,
give him some makeup.
Chad Powers.
That vibe.
I think it's great because like
make it darts, put it in pubs around the UK. He tours Europe. Netflix, you're welcome. That's your next idea.
But yeah, I'm like the best dart players in the world can't beat this guy, and you're gonna bring Billy from Birmingham in. I love it, but I'm like. Yeah,
he did.
I love the confidence of it.
Has that contest happened as well? You know, there was that whole thing going around of Luke Littler versus Mo Farah. Every kilometre, what is it? You do a 10k or a half marathon, but every mile you have to stop and hit. Do a 501, isn't it? Yeah.
I still think that's the thing.
That is the thing. People still want to see that. We need to get that going again. Let's
maybe it's a soft launch.
Soft launch, yeah.
For that.
But I like a little Netflix idea though. That will like Chad Powers, but make it some guy who's a darts player traveling around pubs, all the like European destinations. Going against the best darts players, getting pinted. And just absolutely
sitting in the corner
tearing
with a beard and glasses, and they'll be like, "Oh, give me a go."
Tearing up, finds love in the corner.
All right, bit of golf. The last major, the British Open.
The British Open, don't, mate. Americans.
You were back home. The
Americans can fuck off.
You were over there for it.
Yeah, this is what we were saying. Was like no British player has ever won at Royal Birkdale. So unless we're claiming the Commonwealth with Ryan Fox winning, but
you guys love claiming things when you need to claim things.
Yeah.
Right now we're Britain. Now we're the UK.
Yeah, he now belongs in the British Museum, Ryan Fox. But I mean, unbelievable win. I mean, he's obviously one of the most likeable guys on the tour. Like big rugby player, obviously son of the legendary Grant Fox. I mean, it's great to see. I mean, everyone says, I mean, he's a cricketer, rugby player, growing up, didn't play tournament golf till he was 18. So I think it's so good you see these stories and these guys come around. He's 34, I think he is?
Yeah.
Well into his 30s. So, I mean, one of the most likeable people. So, I mean, it's so glad to see him. So, to see him go get that one. But Gus to see against Cam Young, and then they're talking as well. They ended up being next to each other on the flight back, didn't they? He was like right in front of him, bit awkward.
Yeah, but I mean, also shout out to Cam Young. We picked him a bunch of times, to do well over this, these majors this year, and he has. He's been thereabouts. Yeah, I think he's had a really good year. Obviously, he didn't get
really solid
win,
season.
But, shout out to Ryan Fox for getting it. And look, I saw a few things. I mean, Batuta put up the article first. Shout out to Batuta, who I featured on recently.
Yeah, he did, mate.
We're back. We're supporting the Wallabies. But yeah, Batuta went, Aussie Ryan Fox wins Open. and just Kiwis really getting into it.
It was so good. It was such good rage baiting.
And so, look, I have put together. There's a lot of things over the years.
I love this.
Australia has claimed from New Zealand.
Yeah.
So I'm going to present my Jimmy's top 5 things and people that Australia might have stolen from New Zealand. I'm not going to confirm. We might have stolen them. Number 1, I've got Russell Crowe.
Yeah, that's hands down.
Born in Wellington, moved to Australia at 4, returned to New Zealand as a child, later established his career in Australia. He does remain a New Zealand citizen, but he does own the South Sydney Rabbitohs.
And yeah, it is a confusing one. But he does, and he supports New Zealand though in sport, doesn't he? Which is, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
didn't he say isn't uncle play cricket for New Zealand as
yes,
well? Yeah.
So yeah, he does have supports New Zealand. I think he's like one of those guys like Sam Neill who loved having both.
Is that conflict with the Australian-New Zealand conflict, is that similar to like an English-Irish thing?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, it's like make your fucking mind up. Like,
that's right. Yeah. So when
you don't get
I think the Australian-New Zealand thing is a good example. Is you guys and Andy Murray. When he was winning, he was yours, and when he was losing, he was fucking Scottish.
Yeah.
That's when Russell Crowe is in Gladiator, he's Australian. When he's throwing his phone, he's a New Zealander. Next up, one of my favourite rugby league players,
great one,
Brad Thorne. Born over in New Zealand, moved to Australia when he was 8 years old, represented Queensland and Australia in rugby league, and then returned to rugby union and won a World Cup with the All Blacks.
Yeah, this was a big one. This was one of the ones where I, growing up, only knew Brad Thorne because of rugby union. And I didn't realise he had this whole career and whole heritage with being Australian and playing rugby league and being a bit of an NRL legend.
Broncos was one of the best Broncos players, Queensland players, Australian players.
I realised how good he actually was. And then he goes and wins the World Cup with the All Blacks. You're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
And I had this whole career in union after that.
And not an outside back. In the forwards, learning how to play. He's a freak.
But on All Blacks, is he All Black? Is he Kiwi? Is he Aussie? That's the question. Yeah. Brad, you tell us, mate.
Again, these are top 5. Jimmy's top 5 things and people that we may have stolen. I can't confirm or deny. Next up, we have Lorde.
This one, no.
This one.
No one ever thinks she's been Aussie.
No, so I'm gonna. So this you've got to go back to when she it was tennis court or Royals. Royals. So born and raised in Auckland. But Australia definitely tried to claim her after Royals became a global hit. Now, this is because any successful person from New Zealand, aka Ryan Fox, is automatically Australian if you have success. So I remember when Royals came out and she was from New Zealand, there was just all these people in Australia being like, yeah, we've done it again. We've got Lorde. She's definitely a New Zealander. She's proud New Zealander. Doesn't have any connection to Australia. No. We just tried to claim her. I just remember it.
What was it? Was there like any kind of tentative hooks? No, nothing.
No, nothing. It was just I remember the song came out and people were definitely like, "Geez, have you heard that new Australian?" Yeah. It's like, she's not Australian. She's Kiwi. But we definitely did.
Yeah.
But no, she is 100% yours, New Zealand. But we definitely tried to steer her. Staying in the music lane, number 4, Keith Urban. Country music superstar, was born in New Zealand, did move to Queensland as a little fella. Australia tries to claim him, but New Zealand owns the original receipt.
Yeah,
I do think he has some Maori sort of tattoos.
He's got some ink, isn't he? Yeah,
he acknowledges his New Zealand heritage, but
you know what? That is the one I actually always thought he was Aussie.
Keith Urban.
Yeah, I didn't realise that he actually said he thought he is Kiwi, but okay.
So see, we got him.
Got him.
And look, there's a lot of food and drink, but I'm going to narrow in number 5 on Jimmy's top 5 things and people that Australia might have stolen from New Zealand. Is the flat white.
Yeah, this is a huge one.
So both Australia and New Zealand claim to have invented it in the 1980s. So at the same time, Australians point to Sydney cafes coming up with it, and New Zealanders point to Wellington cafes. Someone definitely invented it. It's around the same time. There is no proof in the pudding yet. But again, overseas, if you see Americans talk about the flat white, they usually give Australia credit, and then Kiwis really get up and up. John Cena did a video, and he's like, the best flat white comes from I think he said Melbourne as well.
I always thought it was an Aussie invention, but is it? I didn't realise the Kiwis are trying to claim that one as well. I like that beef. Let's stir the pot on that one a bit more. Where was it invented? We need to find the roots. Maybe we need to go and.
But a bit of deep. Well, actually, I'm going to
find the source of the Nile with that.
I'm going to mention something in a sec that I think we need to do a bigger deep dive on.
Can I as well while you're on this list?
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
I like how you say
Also, comment below if there's something else Australia has stolen from New Zealand. We want to know.
I saw you were doing this, and I think it's a good segue for your proof in the pudding. But some things that are people think are Aussie, but are actually Kiwi as well.
Okay.
Going the other way a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
So there's some really controversial ones. I think this might rattle a few people, but apparently the Pavlova. Obviously, everyone thinks very proudly Aussie, but everyone says the roots go to a hotel in New Zealand. Yeah,
don't get my mum started on that. Christmas time, the Pavlova comes out. It's Australian, mate. It's Dinky Die.
What?
So yeah, that's very controversial.
And then this is another big one. Lamingtons.
Yeah, the Lamington, another one.
You got this. Is
I purposely didn't mention this on the podcast. I was at home researching it, and Mum goes, "You better not." Your Mum's staying with me at the moment. Mum goes, "You better not mention Lamingtons and Pavlovas. I'll give them the flat white, but I'm keeping my Lamingtons and my Pavlovas."
That's like Lamingtons is in the box of like your goodie box of like, say you need a box of like if you're on Aussie living abroad. This is
Tim
like
Tams,
it's Tim
Vegemite,
Tams.
Shapes. Lamingtons.
Yeah, they're in there.
Top four. When I was
not even fucking Australian.
When I was living in America, Mum sent a goodie box over so I could share it with Americans. And yeah, I had Tim Tams, I had Vegemite, I had Shapes, Anzac biscuits.
Yes,
which also stands for
those
Australia and New Zealand
yeah.
Army Corps. But Anzac biscuits and Lamingtons. So.
And then I've got one more as well, back into the music lane.
Yeah.
Do you know where I'm going with this one? Crowded House. Yeah. Also Kiwi.
Okay, yeah. You didn't know that.
They're all Kiwi, aren't they?
Yeah, but they formed in Melbourne. So they were living in Melbourne. So they were split ends with the original band.
Hey now.
Don't dream the Kiwis.
All Kiwi. I was looking into this.
No. They formed in Melbourne. They formed in Melbourne. So they formed on our soil. So it's ours.
So it's ours. The music rights are ours. They were made in Australia.
Yeah.
Oh, that was another one that really got me. I was like, that's fucking brilliant. Go on, Crowded House.
I tell you one. So like in when I worked in radio, because the broadcasting license is through the government.
Yeah.
I think it's about 10 to 12%, or maybe it's 20%. I can't remember. Of the music you play on radio has to be Australian music. So you have to be seen to be supporting artists. What radio stations tend to do is play it at like 10 p.m. till 6 a.m. Like they play it at night and no one's listening. So they can still play the new hits. I know.
Because you have no musical culture.
Yeah, because we have nothing. And so, Crowded House, they took Crowded House away from us. We were playing that and they're like, no, you can't have it. But I remember, like, it was like we would look for any link that could give us something, a song that was here. Yeah. And I think it was, you know that, what's it just about? It's all the times that, Love Yourself, Justin Bieber.
Oh, yeah.
So written by Ed Sheeran wrote it. But Justin Bieber was, I think, traveling to Australia and he was recording some stuff here. Like he'd set up a studio in an Airbnb and he recorded that song in Australia. So Love Yourself was good in Australia. So when I loaded that into the system, I marked it as Australian music because it was recorded here.
No. It's such a tentative hook.
Yeah. I hurt myself when I was stretching there.
You're like, are we really going this far to really try to get...
Just quickly, we're not going to do this on this podcast, but I just wanted to mention it because we are celebrating the Australia-New Zealand relationship there. We're going to do a deep dive. I'm going to do some research. Maybe not next week, but I promise you I will come back to this. But a fun fact that not a lot of people know, Conor, not just you because you're from England, you've got a funny voice. But here, I've said this many times to Australians and New Zealanders who are unaware of this fact, but Australia and New Zealand competed together as a single team called Australasia at the 1908 Summer Olympics in London and the 1912 Summer Olympics in Stockholm.
I honestly had no idea on this.
Yes. So we competed together. I would love to see it. You guys do it every Olympics. Great Britain. So why can't we do it? God. Stop the hate, Australia and New Zealand. Let's bring it back in. Let's bring it together.
You know what? We could really dial up one more notch from there. You know where we go with it?
What?
The Empire.
The Commonwealth!
For the Empire!
For the Empire! So yeah, I'll do a deep dive on that, see how we went, medals and stuff. But yeah,
where do we? All right, okay.
Just got to wrap this up. And
not to get like this would rattle some people, but like if we competed as the British Empire, where do we come in the Olympics?
Maybe we need to do that as well next week. We can do some over the last few Olympics.
Yeah,
we'll do a Commonwealth game tally and see where that put us. With
where that put it? Yeah.
Yeah,
it's interesting though, but then they're competing with each other at some things of like maybe Brits and Aussies were competing with some medals, so you have to kind of cancel those out. But
I'd still love to see as well the what do you call it, like a. I know they kind of did it this year, but it didn't really work because it was like ex-players plays it. Like, oh, excuse me, my bubble water. That burp was brought to you by SodaStream. Australia and New Zealand playing together in a rugby sort of format. Like,
yes,
like some sort of like.
They did do that. They did that match like a year ago, didn't they?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, which I think was in Adelaide, but again, it was players who weren't selected for New Zealand.
Was that British and Irish Lions related?
Sure,
yeah.
But they kind of half-assed it. The jersey didn't look great.
No,
I just think a more like you guys have the British and Irish Lions.
Yeah,
I'd love for us to do like a. I mean, ideally, I'd love a British and Irish Lions versus New Zealand, Australia. I'm willing to admit that we may not have as many.
They do that. It's just called New Zealand, mate.
One Aussie? Surely we get someone in there.
I don't know who make that team at the moment. Swally, McRae.
Well, I mean, just quickly,
get into the weeds of that, but
we will wrap it up. But another one, I was doing my research. Quade Cooper, born and raised in New Zealand.
Yes.
I think he came over pretty.
So he went to school with Pocock and
Churchy.
Yeah.
But yeah, great. How many games does he play for New Zealand if he stays over there?
Oh no, I don't. Because he'd been like the heir, wouldn't he, to Carlos Spencer? Yeah. But I think they obviously didn't win anything with him. So they're like, he would have crossed over. He crossed over too much with Carter.
Yeah, he played, but maybe he plays.
Carter, Cruden.
13 years old. He came to Australia when he's 13. So
Carter and Cruden. I don't know how much he plays with those guys.
Yeah. Well, hey, more New Zealanders come over. You can play for Australia. If you're just not quite cracking it in New Zealand.
Well, you got you got Ponga? Is he playing? He plays.
He's
Kiwi
but now they've changed the rules, so he can play for Queensland and play for New Zealand.
New Zealand, yeah.
Whereas originally, if you played for Queensland, New South Wales, you had to play for Australia. Now they've sort of got rid of that rule. Not sure how I feel about it, but Ponga's a good one. Anyway, I finished it with Nathan Cleary. Go play for the Wallabies.
That's it.
Yeah,
no more. All
right, we're gonna record Culturally Uncultured. It'll be a shorter episode. This will be up today, Friday, the 31st. As soon as I can get it uploaded, it'll be up, and we'll upload it on the socials. And then Culturally Uncultured will be out Sunday. Conor and I will be talking about the Odyssey. We got a few more beer names and a couple of dad jokes will be there as well.
Yeah, nice and tight out.